from HopZine. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we've got 2 cans of beer from Brew York in York. I'll show you both of them. There you go. There's a couple of reasons why I'll pick these up. For one, I think the design on these two look great. I think the branding is really nice. I've actually met the guy who does all the design work for Brew York, and I think the core brand looks great, but I think these really jumped out at me. Remind me of some of the work Casper Ledette is doing on the cans for Tool in their sour IPAs. But these two are a hazy pale ale and a Vermont style IPA. That's the reason why I wanted that one, because of Vermont style IPA. I like that kind of shit. I want to see how these guys have done. And the other one, which I'm going to do first, which is the hazy pale ale at 4.3% ABV. So it's called Triple H. For all you wrestling fans out there. That's the main reason. I thought they probably brought it out as a pair, brand new in the shop in York, which I visit nearly daily. So I wanted to give these a go. So I've noticed that Brew York beers have got into supermarkets, especially they're in my local Asda, which is mind-boggling because my local Asda's got such a dire craft beer section in general that to get anything like this was amazing. So I'm going to kind of whip through these two quite quickly. So the beer in the glass, hazy, kind of pale bronze, pure white foam on top, so swirl and sniff. Okay. Hop wise, I mean that's probably predominantly what you got in it. It is jumping out, it's just kind of stopped me for a moment. Definitely kind of Parma violets. There's kind of like a dry straw, hinting towards a kind of resin edge to it. Yeah, it's got maybe a hint, also kind of like raw garlic as well. But that kind of straw, Parma violets, for me is the most prominent thing. Different. Let's dive in and see what it's all about. Cheers. It's perfectly acceptable, is that? Nothing wrong with that at all. Very pleasant. Melon. Kind of slightly watery orange. It's definitely a kind of like something at the back end that it's probably Marisotto what's jumping out. I might be wrong. I'm gonna hang my hat on that one there. And that kind of grainy quality. Significant improvement from when I last visited the brewery, just as it opened, and there were a lot of issues I thought with their beer. But that's not bad. Melon, kind of watery orange. Once again, that kind of grainy thing, maybe a hint of wheat. Bit of lemon. That's about it. It's a simple beer. I mean, if you found it on cask and it tasted like this, you'd be perfectly happy with that. So that is Triple H. Sorry, I can't help myself. If you don't want to know what I'm on about, it's a wrestling thing. Okay, don't hold it against me. So next one, I presume it's called Nuba, which is a Vermont IPA, 6.6% ABV. This is the reason why I picked these up. I thought, let's see how Brew York have done a New England style IPA. It's not an easy thing to do, and I think it's seldom people actually kind of nail it outside of that area anyway. So, beer in the glass, yeah, it is hazy, but it's not kind of like uber hazy. I had these stood upright for too long, so I would expect a bit more haze than that. I mean, it's definitely hazy, but not a safe haze, shall we say. Pure white foam on top, what there is of it. Let's give it a swirl and sniff. Check out the aroma. Similar. Definitely more of a berry edge to it. Once again, that kind of slightly reminds me of doing home brews with stuff like Marisotto. If it isn't, I'll be surprised. Yeah, definitely getting that kind of like grainy edge to it. It's not unattenuated. I'm definitely, once again, that Parma Violets thing, which is also heading towards blueberries and kind of elderberries. Once again, that kind of like hay feel. It's like a wet hay field. If you've ever, when I was a kid, there was a shortcut through a hay field near the village where I lived, and it gets sticky as you kind of walk through it with your shorts on. So it's got a slight honey edge to it, I guess, in that sense, and a cereal note. More dank than the last one, I'd say, definitely on the dank kind of like side of things. It smells okay. Let's dive in, see what it's all about. Cheers. Once again, I'd say it's kind of like I know this brewery is in supermarkets, and this is like a supermarket equivalent of a New England IPA. To be honest, it really reminds, especially the mouthfeel and a lot of it, really reminds me of Punk IPA. For me, it might be in more towards like Mosaic, Simcoe, Echonaut. You are getting those kind of more berry edges to it. There's definitely 2 grain characters for me there. Body wise, it's got a bit of mouthfeel, it's got a bit of soft, slick mouthfeel. But it's not a New England IPA. I think it's still a little bit naive to say it is. Because I mean, you should put this next to something from Magic Rock, Cloudwater. And that's without even mentioning all that kind of good stuff from the US, which is actually the style. So if you're not aiming for that kind of like level of stuff, it means like, because Verdant are great examples of nailing that style as good as the Americans. This is, as I said, it's a supermarket equivalent really. It tastes like a BrewDog beer, and it tastes like Punk IPA to me in a lot of ways. It's no bad thing. I mean, that's a very relatively consistent beer, and it's got a load of dry hop and things like that. So, and a very popular and successful beer. So 2 solid beers, very safe, very approachable. If you're not kind of like mega into this kind of stuff, like I am, they're a lot more approachable, a lot easier to get into. I think I'm going to toast you farewell with New England IPA, because I think they've done a nice job. Doesn't hit the style. So that's the Triple H Hazy Pale Ale, and then the Nuba Vermont IPA, both from Brew York in North Yorkshire. I'm Rob from HopZine, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.